channel 251. Remember to download both the Barn Burner and ZingoTV app in the respective app store on iOS and Android. And ZingoTV, they're also available on Roku Sticks, Amazon Fire TV Sticks, Google Chromecast, and all smart TVs 2016 forward. Welcome to another lavish edition of Lavish with Samantha Walters and, of course, Stephanie Fleming, the national champion in kickboxing. Stephanie on to, first of all, our producer should turn off his mic there, mute himself. All right, that's number one. Mute yourself, producer. Second of all, I wanted to bring Stephanie on because she has been training Sam, and Sam's been training, saying her prayers, eating her vitamins. It's Christmas, getting the Christmas tree still up in your house, Sam?
Yes, it is. And I can see Steph's there too in the corner there. So
all right. So first of all, I'm going to ask Steph this, okay? I'll ask Steph, did you get everything that you wanted from Nick? Nick, of course, it's Saint Nick for those people who don't know.
Yes, and then some.
And then what's the best present you got from Nick?
Well, not from Santa, but my parents gave me two brand new pairs of boxing gloves and boxing shoes. The ones you wanted? Not the exact ones I wanted, but another pair that I wanted a long time ago that I gave up hope on. And they came back, and my mom got them for me. Yeah, they're really, really cute. And they're teal with gray.
And of course, Sam got what she wanted, the aloe vera plant, right? You know, yes. And now here's the most, because I've been getting emails upon emails upon emails. How about your kids? Did they get everything they wanted for Christmas?
Yes, they were spoiled rotten, but they're both super good kids. So I mean, they both understand the value of working for what you get and pitching in and all that kind of thing. So around Christmas, we don't mind so much spoiling them a little bit.
Gosh, for those of you guys who do not have Stephanie Fleming on Facebook, please go at her now. Now is the time. You guys have 30 seconds. She literally has this. I was telling Joe about it. I was showing my family the video up. I kept watching. I watched it probably 72 times. But the video of her screaming, the youngest one screaming, I was like, oh my God. What was that? Was that what she wanted the whole Christmas or something? The thing she opened up, the My Little Pony thing?
So like all little kids, she's super into TikTok. I know you have TikTok actually. And I was like, Maddie, you got to see Sam's TikToks too.
No. Oh, don't tell her to watch that. No.
Don't tell her to watch that. Oh my God.
I'm sure Sam has lots of really nice TikToks.
For sure.
But yeah, so it was a toy that a lot of TikTokers were raving about. So then she wanted one, of course. So yeah, she was over the moon. But I want to do a compilation because ever since she's been really, really little, she's super dramatic. She has these big reactions, big facial reactions. She's so funny. And
what
every
about
single
the eldest?
year
Did
at Christmas she does that.
To?
Pardon?
Oh, I said, what about the eldest? I was trying to look in the video to see the elder one. So I'm like, did she get what she wanted to? Is she more a calm, thanks, Mom?
Yes.
Kinda...
She's oh my God, my mom's still filming my reaction to opening up my presents. This is so embarrassing. She's in her teenage phase.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that.
So they got everything they wanted. Okay, so
yes.
This year it was not a typical Christmas. Was it different? And I didn't ask Sam this because yesterday's show was off the charts, amazing. And actually the president of the provinces of Canada cried. Okay, you'll never see, even Sam cries for everything. Okay, Sam cries for watching TikTok, she cries, everything like that. But was it different this year? The feeling in your heart, in your emotion, was it different? Christmas in Newfoundland, forget about Toronto because me and Sam are in Toronto, but in Newfoundland, Steph, was it different?
I think the atmosphere was a little bit different. For anyone who's not from Newfoundland, we have the worst weather in the world. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute it's snowing, but we always have snow for Christmas. And this year it was sunny and bright. I kind of didn't quite feel like Christmas, but at the same time, it's also one of those times now with everything that's going on in the world where you just want to be so close to your family that that feels like Christmas. The feeling of just only wanting to be around the people that you really, really love. And doing all the things that make you happy and see like the big smiles on the kids' face and Madison's like reaction on Christmas morning. That like brought it back. But yeah, it's a little strange this year.
So there was no snow whatsoever on the ground?
There was no snow. It was a little bit sad. Like one part of me,
Like, is
like
it
the adult part of
chilly?
me,
Oh, okay.
it wasn't even chilly. It was warm. Like you could go for a nice walk. Yeah, it's very strange for Newfoundland. Yeah, the like adult part of me was like, yes, there's no shoveling because last year we had a huge snowstorm called Snowmageddon. So yeah, but I don't know,
Snowmageddon?
snow and
Sounds like
Christmas.
We have a lot of snow on Christmas for the first time in like 20 years here in Toronto. Same question to you, Sam. What I didn't ask you this yesterday, but was it different for you?
It was different for me as in like, you know, like a lot of like us were trying to order online and stuff because some of the stores were all closed down here. I don't know, are all of your stores closed down in Newfoundland, or is it
No,
like...
we were pretty much open until Christmas Eve. Thankfully, yeah, I can imagine how difficult of a struggle that would be, especially if you're a procrastinator like myself.
Exactly. So I'm like
Yeah.
here trying to type in my credit card online. I'm like, is this how it goes? I don't even know if it's a scamming website. I'm like, please.
What are you buying the last minute? A pressure cooker or a rice
Oh
cooker?
my goodness. I
What
know
are
this
you
was the
buying?
first Christmas that I bought my mom the wrong thing. She said she wanted a pressure cooker. So I went to Walmart. No, Walmart's still open down here. And I just bought a rice cooker because I thought I don't know the difference. I thought it was just the
They
same
look
thing.
similar.
So they look similar. So what's the difference? I was trying to ask Joe this yesterday. Is it just one that cooks rice only?
Yes, a pressure cooker can cook like meats, rice, vegetables. You can cook anything. It just cooks it very, very quickly. So like it is a different way of cooking. But only slightly, but they do look very similar in like looks on the outside. So like
Hold on.
I can see how you made the mistake.
No. There's no way. You don't see why she made the mistake. Here it is. This is my knowledge. Steph, do you cook?
Yes, I cook. I have kids. I have to cook.
Of course she cooks.
Oh no.
Sam, I'm gonna look. I'm not even looking at you, Sam. Sam, do you cook?
I tried once.
No. I tried.
No, there was a fire, so everyone was like, "Sam, just stay out of the kitchen. Like I'm not allowed in there." I do know how to make Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, whatever you guys
Who doesn't know how to make Fruit Loops? You take the ball. Come on.
You know, I feel like basic stuff. Like I can't do like big stuff, but I mean, maybe that's why I mix them up. But Steph said they look alike. So when I see that pressure cooker, I feel like they look alike, right?
Sam, it's fine. You just need to find a man who's really good at cooking. No big deal.
Hopefully. Wait, did you start learning how to cook like from a young age, or did you just like always just like...
No, I didn't. Like I could never cook all growing up because I had 6 sisters and they were all older than me, so they all used to cook for us.
So they just cook for you.
Yeah, we were spoiled babies.
All right.
I learned from YouTube actually, like when I was a teenager. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing to cook and what's the hardest thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook is probably spaghetti. The hardest thing that I will not even attempt is Jig's dinner, which is like a traditional Newfoundland dinner. I won't even go near it. It takes way too long. It's way too much effort, and my mom's is already better than mine. So.
Oh my god,
Steph, what's your favorite drink? Because everybody has a little bit of the eggnog, a little bit of the bubbly. So,
ew, and not eggnog, that's for sure. But did you know Pepsi came out with like a new product? It's supposed to be like a hot chocolate Pepsi soft drink thing. It's called like hot cocoa or something like that. I don't know, but it sounds good.
They got it first. See, in Newfoundland, they got everything first. Look.
I know.
Wow, I don't even think we have that here yet. Is that at the stores? Like all in the stores? Is it a can?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get it in the stores here. But we also have like a lot of goodies that you guys don't have up there, like these yellow cheesies that you can't get anywhere else but in Newfoundland.
Cheesies?
Yes, they're so delicious. They're natto flavored.
Wow. All
right.
What?
They're
Can
so
you
yummy.
get some stuff here? Come on. Steph,
sure.
Give them your address and that's it. Send some stuff.
Now I'm definitely going to put Newfoundland on my bucket list for 2021. I'm going to go to the store and be like, I'm looking for the nacho flavored cheesies.
Plus, it's a fun time. Yes, come here sometime. George Street is an adventure, to say the least.
I'm flying out tomorrow. Sam's doing the show alone tomorrow while I go to Newfoundland. Yes, look at her
You're
face.
going to Newfoundland tomorrow, Joe?
Yes, I'm going to Newfoundland tomorrow. Yes.
Joe, we might be the sweetest, nicest people on the planet, but if you come to Newfoundland and pronounce it like that, you're not going to have any friends. I'm just saying.
I already have a friend who I have a 3-time national champion as a friend. What
Yeah,
more?
you'll need me as a bodyguard.
You're my bodyguard anyways. Do you know what it means for Newfoundland that the president of the provinces of Canada come? You know what that's always. All right.
I can't imagine.
Our producer says I always need a bodyguard. You see what he wrote? I
Always need a bodyguard.
always need a bodyguard. But all right, speaking about bodyguards and all that, okay. So I'm gonna say I got two ladies here, so I'm gonna ask this question scaredly a little bit, okay? You know, during the holiday season, everybody goes, they gained 5-10 pounds or whatever. Okay, Steph, you are a national champion. What do you do if you gain 5-10 pounds? Let's say January 5th. What do you do?
So January, like everybody else, I get back to the gym. It's one of the busiest times of the year. Honestly, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah. Didn't you go to the gym this weekend? I know you.
I did, but you have to like do triple the amount of workouts just to make up for the jigs dinner and the chocolates and the dips. Oh, do I have to go on?
All right, I'm hungry.
So much good food.
All right, and Sam, what do you do?
Well, I mean, I go to the gym once a year, just to stay healthy and feel.
When's
Joe,
that?
Joe, I know you're gonna judge right now. I go to the gym once a year. I feel like
No,
Steph.
hold on, Sam.
I don't judge at all.
No, I don't judge at all. I know when Sam goes to the gym. You know why? She goes, first of all, on Valentine's Day to get chocolates, to get flowers from these 90-year-old guys, right? Right, Sam?
Sure, Joe.
Yeah, see?
Everyone does like different form of self-care, you know? Like some people it's like aloe vera skincare stuff. Other people it's like makeup. Some people it's the gym.
How's your plant doing?
Oh my God, I wanted it so bad, and I'm so glad I have it, but I haven't been watering it. I keep forgetting every single day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, can somebody water my aloe vera plant? So I hope it doesn't die. Everyone told me I can't take care of anything, and this was like my chance to show them that I could put the love and care into a plant.
Prove them wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying, but I don't know how everyone just remembers to water their plants every day. I think I just gotta, just really try to get up on my game in that. But no, as you guys were saying before, the gym too, how do you like, I always wanted to like, how do you have the, I guess because you're an athlete, it's different to ask you, but like, was there ever, like, how do you motivate yourself to keep pushing? Like, don't you ever get like tired? Like I went on the treadmill one time and I was like, oh my gosh, like how do you
Sam, if you only knew, yes, of course, I'm human. There's like days where I don't want to wake up and go to the gym, but then I'm a part of a chat group with my dojo, and one of the guys, we're all very competitive. So one of the guys will like be like, hey, you left your boxing gloves here. How come you're on the couch? And like another guy will be like, all right, be there in 10. And like before you know it, it's just like kind of like everyone motivates each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So it's a specific gym you kind of go to then?
Well, it's my kickboxing gym, Rock Athletics, here in Newfoundland.
So everyone knows you then. Like that's why I'm like, if I go to random ones and I'm like, hey everyone, I have asthma, but I'm here to. I think it's like an addict group, so it's like, thanks, welcome, Sam. So I'm like, okay. And after 5
my name
minutes,
is Sam.
I kind of push through. No, I can't. So that's why I'm like, okay, does diet matter as much as like exercise then? Like, can you like tell us a bit? Do you know about like nutrition and stuff? Like, does it matter what I eat, or does it matter if I exercise?
Like I would like, because like I'm also a registered massage therapist, and like we study a little bit about nutrition and stuff, and what I know from being an athlete, I would always say that you should always take like the advice of an actual nutritionist, because they spend years and years and years studying that kind of thing. But I think like the science behind it is like your nutrition is very important. It's kind of like if you don't put the maintenance into a vehicle, eventually the vehicle shuts down and no longer is useful. And it's the same thing with your body. You have to put in the maintenance, whether it's stretching, massage therapy, chiropractor, eating the right foods, exercising, like all those things are super important.
So so now that we kind of covered a little nutrition, does it matter how much? Like, I know like some people were talking about, like portion yourself down. Like you don't have to like, cause I feel like I also eat a lot when I'm bored. And I know, like, I don't know, like, if that's a thing for you guys. Like, even when I'm watching TV, like, I could finish a whole, like bag of chips, you know what I mean, in 1 second, because I'm just so focused in. Like, is it better to just like, do you know what I mean, do a little bit? Like, do you have a certain diet that you kind of do, like that? Like, I don't know.
Well, like luckily I'm afforded like a nutritionist and stuff when we are cutting down for like the national team and stuff. So I kind of just like follow their protocols, which is like, it's nothing crazy. Honestly, it's like similar to Canada's food guide, like depending on your weight, your height, if you're male or you're female, because it depends on your basal metabolic rate, which is your resting metabolism. So someone who's highly active has a higher resting metabolism than someone who is inactive. So like you really like, I always say like it's worth investing in your like your body and your health. So like seeking out like qualified individuals, I think is really important when you're first starting off, and not really to think about it as like a diet plan per se, but just like trying to fuel your body as best you can. And I try not to put too much like crazy emphasis and restriction on it, because then I yo-yo, which I'm very prone to. So, you know, how to just eat healthy and in moderation, you know?
Well, here's a question. You're a 3-time national champion, right? And for Sam, because she won't ask this question, so I'll ask it. Take me through a day of a life of a 3-time national champion right now, and then when you're planning for a fight. Let's say February 8th, my birthday, by the way. Give me great presents. All right. You're having a fight. All right. So week 2, you plan for the fight. Is it different than what you do every day?
Definitely, like the closer that you get to a fight, there's like fighting training camps going on. So like your coach will pull you aside, he'll do what's called like a debriefing. So they'll look at like your last few fights, they'll see like, hey, your conditioning was horrible your last fight. So this camp is going to start first with your conditioning. Once your conditioning improves, we're going to focus on keeping up your right hand because you kept getting hit with that hook. So you need to keep that up. Or your footwork was a little slow, or you weren't using like fakes and angles and stuff to get in. So like it really depends on where you are, like what your conditioning is, how far you are away from making weight. And like if I'm super far away from making weight, then cardio is a huge part of that. So there's like an hour of jogging every single day. Now is the holidays, so you'll find me eating lots of Newfoundland traditional food, training probably once a day, and just spending some time with family and friends. So it's a little different than fight time.
Do you eat more or drink more during the holidays?
Yes, I think everyone is guilty of that.
No, which one is it? Do you eat more or drink more? Which one is it?
I probably say I indulge in both.
Both. How about you, Sam?
I probably eat more, as I told you guys earlier. I mean, I try to like, you know, sip a little here and there, you know, like whatever. But I feel like this specific year I've ate more than drank more because of the pandemic. I feel like where am I gonna just, I mean, I would stay in the house and just woo, but I mean,
All right,
I
so
hear you.
that brings up a question. What, and you said your favorite food to cook is spaghetti. Okay, what do you binge when you binge? What do you binge? What type of food do you binge?
Usually if I'm coming off a fight, it's like sweets because your body's like depleted or depleted, and you're just like craving carbs and sugar. But
what's
I'd
your
say
favorite
like
sweet?
when I'm
Is it like a candy or like an actual like
He
dessert?
likes emoji
like a
cake.
dessert.
Emoji cake. All right.
Do you guys want to hear the most torturous story ever? I had to
Yes.
cut like 25 pounds in IKF for the IKF Worlds one time. And it was like at this beautiful spa, of course. So like the sauna, the steam room, everything was there. And I was the only girl on my team. So I had to do all my weight cutting alone, which sucks. It's super dangerous. But there were like some other fighters and things in there. But in there, in this beautiful spa, they had massage chairs. They had huge jugs of the iciest, coldest water. You haven't drank water in probably like 24 hours with ice in it and fruit floating all around and all these delicious fruits and desserts. It was the worst thing ever.
Wow.
The worst.
It was. It's like, it kind of reminds you like, that's like Christmas, you know, like it's, you feel for like the people who don't have family or don't have a home and stuff like that. Cause you think like, it's so hard, like,
Mhm.
to be without.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
that's
that.
it. That's what we talked about yesterday. So again, shout out to Drew Ebanks, Captain Canada, who lost his mom. It's like we're all family here in Barnburner and the Her Network. So we lost part of our family also Boxing Day. So I'm just shout out to Drew and my good friend, the wrestler John Hubbard, losing him also. But let's get to positive stuff. Now, I see the Christmas tree behind there, okay? I see the Christmas tree behind there. Two questions. First of all, is my present under the tree there?
I already told you what I got you for Christmas, Joe.
What?
A knuckle sandwich.
Okay.
Ah!
That you could give to my Andrews. He hasn't received that. All right, but when do you, I'll ask Sam the same question, but to start with you, Steph. When do you take down the Christmas tree?
I think we take it down like in like either mid-January or the end of it, or even like sometimes we leave it longer because we're like doing other things. But this year, like I don't know. I mean, when do you take it down, Steph? Do you take it down later on? Like it's not a big rush to take it down.
I'm never in a rush to take down my Christmas tree. It's so cozy.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense.
it's so
like a
much
nice
work to put it
element.
away.
And how long did it
True.
take you to put it up?
Not very long. I think me and my daughter decorated 2 trees in like less than 2 hours this year.
Wow,
Oh,
Sam,
you guys
what
are better
about
than
you?
us.
I know you haven't decorated anything. I know you haven't touched a tree or anything. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh my goodness. I think ours takes longer. I don't know if we just don't know how to do it. Like we try to like flip it, and then there's I think because it's broken into 3 pieces.
Yeah.
So we have to like can somebody grab a chair, and we're like trying to put up the top, and like we try to like decorate it, but my mom or my sister wants it like even on the tree, and I'm like just throwing things on, even a pair of panties, and they're like, oh my gosh, take that off the tree. People
That's
come over, it's
awesome.
gonna be like, hey.
Steph, can you pan the camera there so I could see the tree if they have panties there or what?
They
What's
don't
up?
have any panties out there.
God,
Oh my
what kind of
gosh.
in Scarborough? What are they doing in Scarborough there?
Okay, it's not just a Scarborough thing. I feel like there's a lot of like I've seen people put like like a toothbrush, a hanging toothbrush, or like they have other things people put on the tree, right? Like, I mean,
I think it's kind of cute and funny.
can you imagine coming over? They'd be like, "Oh, well, those are definitely Sam's."
Well,
I
all right.
hope they were Christmas at least.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so now that Christmas went by, we talk about New Year's. What's your New Year's Eve tradition, Steph?
I like to just like hang out with family and watch the fireworks. Nothing crazy.
Is there fireworks like? Is there a specific place or is everywhere shooting the fireworks there?
In Newfoundland, everywhere is shooting fireworks. People's poor cats and dogs are like traumatized for months afterwards. I'm sure.
Okay, what's your Sam's? We're making a New Year's Eve tradition here. A new New Year's Eve tradition here. Yes, we are. Look at her.
No, we're not, Joe.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Sam is going to host a New Year's Eve bash here.
I don't know why you keep giving me all the credit, Joe.
She
You are going to
loves-
host the New
she
Year's Eve
likes
show.
it.
I'll appear. Me and Steph, like maybe if we have time, we'll appear on and say hi.
Yeah.
But you, Joe, you are.
Hold on.
Let
Let me. Yes, that's why I need to take the day off. I need to propose. I need to do a lot of stuff. All right?
Propose.
Yes.
Is that
propose
still happening, Joe?
to my own hair? Look at how good my hair is now. Look. Right? So, look. Okay, Steph's New Year's Eve is an hour and a half before us. So Steph is going to be doing the show. Right, she's going to do the countdown, and then Sam will come on an hour and a half later and do the countdown also. And this is part of our deal here. All right, part of our deal. But honestly, yeah, Sam, let me ask you this: what was the greatest New Year's Eve you had?
The greatest New Year's Eve I had.
I know panties were on the Christmas tree. I know all this, but how much did you have to drink? Come on, are you a big drinker on New Year's Eve?
I honestly love.
Bubbly.
I love drinking. I feel like
I love drinking. Look at this. I love drinking. She admits it on
She
Nationwide.
needs to come to Newfoundland.
I love it. I feel like anything is possible. Like when you're just in that mindset, I feel like I could rob a bank. Like I could just do whatever. Like
I
let's
love
just
drinking
go
and I
for
can
it.
rob a bank on Nationwide TV. She says this.
No, but you know what I mean. Everyone knows.
Yes.
They know what I mean, right? So it's just so like great. But then I feel like my family's not really the drinking type, so they're just like here, like they're more calmer and more down. They just think I'm crazy. But I think definitely like back in the day, like those type of New Year's Eve like parties or resolutions, or just even going outside or going to like Woodbine Beach, which is like downtown Toronto, watching the fireworks and being like tipsy, like woo, but I've almost burnt myself one too, because I tried to like do them. Do you guys know how to like do the fireworks yourself? Like, have you guys ever done that?
I always put someone else in charge. I always make someone else do it.
You always make someone else do it? Oh my goodness. Joe, have you ever done one?
Sam, are you really asking the president of the provinces of
Yes, you never know. I feel like
I light fireworks. All right.
No, but have you ever lit one?
Yes. All you need to do is the
wow. Well, my tips, if you haven't done one, Steph, make sure you have it in the ground before lighting it. If you have it in your hand,
gosh, you guys, wait a minute. Sam already, I could tell her she has a story about this. Go ahead, Sam.
No, there's no story. Why would you assume there's a story?
Yeah, look at her face. I know. Come on.
Let's just say I only remember half of the night, but I woke up with like really big. I just seen the videos. Ambulance came. A lot of different things happened, but it's not serious. I wanted to make sure everybody knows.
Was that in 2020? The start of?
No, it was in 2020. It was a long time ago, maybe like 2 years ago. Like it was a long time ago. No,
it's okay, Sam. I lit my hair on fire once.
What?
It's all right. I understand how these things happen.
Hold on. I gotta ask this question.
Look how she said that's so calm. It's okay, Sam. I lit my hair. My whole body was just burning in flames.
I know, Steph. She lit herself on fire for the late great Michael Jackson. Correct?
No, it was much more embarrassing than that. I was in a wedding and I arrived 5 minutes late, and it was in the speeches. So everyone in the room looks at me, of course, and like, your family is like disapproval on their face. So I like creep into the wedding. I sit down to my meal. I lean over to be like my cousin. I couldn't find a card anywhere. I had to go to like 3 different stores. And then I looked down and fire. And then it was dramatic and everything in the wedding stopped. And everybody looked at me, and I'm not even kidding. It was the most embarrassing.
Did you stop, drop, and roll?
No, I dipped it in my drink and put it out.
Oh,
and then
my God,
I died.
Was that like a long time ago, or was that like recent? Or
it was a long time ago.
Oh my goodness! Your kids were there. Or no, did they see?
No, it was before my kids. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And this was New Year's Eve?
No, it was around Christmas though.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, Merry Christmas to everyone. No, have you ever been on fire in any way?
Are you asking? I'm doing the show with you. I'm always on fire. Look at this. Bring the heat. Now, here it is. I know a lot of people on New Year's Eve like to drink, right? And they drink only like a certain drink on New Year's Eve, right? Is there a certain drink? I'll start off with Steph, okay? Is there a certain drink only on New Year's Eve that you drink?
Duh, come on now. Champagne. You gotta pop bottles.
No. Champagne doesn't count because the whole world drinks champagne.
Right.
Well, it doesn't count.
The world's not wrong.
No, but I'm saying other than champagne.
Maybe some shots. Maybe some shots of Fireball.
All right, so how many shots can you take before a little bit of,
Well, I could definitely have drink you, I'm sure, but I don't know how many exactly.
No, you can't. I work with Sam. I've been used to hitting a bottle all the time. Come on now.
Of Henny.
Sam, what about
That's what you like, right, Sam?
Wait, what?
No, she agrees with you. Wait, what?
Wait, what am I agreeing to?
What about you, Sam? What drink do you like? And don't say champagne.
No, I'm not. No, champagne is good. I feel like
It's
during
good.
Christmas, I usually drink the hot chocolate with the candy cane in it, so it can
Hot
taste a little bit.
chocolate. Yeah, hot
No, wait, so it can taste a little minty. But on New Year's, I feel like I tend to like drink white wine because I want to feel bougie and be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you had a dog and a poodle. Oh, you know what I mean? But I don't even know
Yeah.
what kind of conversations happen. I just want to feel like
hold on. Bougie. What does bougie mean for you? Because there's a lot of people say bougie. So I want your interpretation of bougie, and then I want to take Steph's interpretation.
I think bougie is really like ooh la la, like very classy, very like ooh, like you know what I mean? Like, you know, 5-star hotel, so bougie.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? One of those type of things. But what about for you, Steph? What does bougie mean to you?
Yeah, bougie is like $400 meals and the top shelf liquor and designer brand names.
Well,
That's bougie.
Steph, isn't that what you do every day? You're a national champion.
I wish.
You
I
should
wish.
Joe, you should get her a bougie hotel, get her favorite drink in there and be like, signed from Joe, champagne, right? Like, you know,
Wait a
all
minute.
of that, a bougie,
How do you
bougie
know?
thing.
How do you know that I'm not doing that? I'm going to Newfoundland tomorrow.
For New Year's?
How do
to
you
do
know
that?
I'm not doing that? Come on.
Maybe. Ooh.
What's the most bougiest place in Newfoundland?
Probably Raymond's. It's a famous restaurant, like a world-renowned chef is in it and runs it and owns it. They make the best food.
What's the
But
chef?
you're gonna spend like probably $600 on a meal.
No. I'll put it
$600?
on the barn burner tab. This is a barn burner tab. They're like, you know.
Okay, well, we're taking Sam too then.
Are
It
you
was $600 for a meal. I'm like,
It's on Barn Burner.
all right? So now let me ask you this: speak about bougie or whatever. What is the bougiest? I don't know if that's a word. Bougiest restaurant you've been in? Let's start off with you, Sam.
The bougiest restaurant I've been in.
I'm not saying McDonald's. All right. So
I'm not gonna say McDonald's. I've been to restaurants. I'm gonna say either like I don't know what's the bougiest, but I think that okay, Montana's kind of gave me a different vibe, but you know, either like Moxie's or Jack Astor's. I've never really been to bougie places like that, Joe. I never went. Oh, I think I went into the keg one time to ask for a napkin.
It's a bougie place.
I went there to ask for a napkin, and it was pretty bougie
for a
too.
napkin.
We need to take Sam needs to go to the keg. We should find you a rich Newfoundland guy to take you to the keg. He would love your drinking abilities. You're super fun. Let's do it.
Hold on, Steph. That guy has to be 85 and older. Don't forget.
No.
Ask. You think I'm joking, Sam? Tell her.
Really? No, don't tell her, Joe. It's okay. It's okay. He doesn't have to be 85. He could be in his 70s or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anything,
Well,
right?
then finding one of those will be easy.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
I mean, what's the bougiest place you've been to? Is it the restaurant, the all renowned thingy that you told us?
I wish. No, I wish. I want someone to take me there though. That would be awesome. I've been to a couple of really nice little restaurants in Newfoundland. One's like called the Peppermill. It's like fancy, but like the prices aren't like astronomical. It's like probably like $150 for a meal, you know, like more doable.
Yeah.
And there's
$150
really good little restaurant that's like affordable. What's Adelaide's does like the best fish tacos, but it's like fancy, not fancy, if that makes sense.
Fancy,
Fancy,
not
but
fancy.
without the prices.
Okay. I see
Yeah.
that. Okay. Ooh. And what about you, Joe? What's the fanciest place you've been to? Fanciest restaurant?
That's the easiest thing in the world. I'm glad you thought about it. All right. First of all, it's the CN Tower restaurant, the CN Tower. That is like, and then there's because family used to be general manager at Royal Hotel, and Royal Hotel here. Since I'm the president of the provinces of Canada, I'm gonna say this, and this is both you are ladies. So how about if somebody takes you to Royal Hotel, and you have the main mezzanine saved for you, only you and that lucky lady or lucky lady because it's a guy, right? Me, but main mezzanine and Royal Hotel for those who don't know and stuff. You don't know, Royal Hotel is like the hotel to end all hotels in Toronto. It was
Cool.
here since like 1800s. Okay, and that is Sam. Am I lying? You heard about Royal Hotel, right? No, she
Yeah,
doesn't.
absolutely.
Now look at her
I
face.
know all the time.
Stop it. You know, come on. Come on.
You only know, Joe. I only like know Best Western or the ones that I know the
Best
Embassy Suite. Like, you know, the ones in Niagara Falls. Like, I know those ones. Skyline Inn.
Have you ever been to Niagara Falls, Steph?
No, I haven't. I want to go though.
You haven't
You
been.
gotta come.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
is there
should.
anywhere in Canada? Is there anywhere in Canada that you always heard about, that you always want to go, that you never been, but you want to go?
BC.
And why? Is there where in BC?
Because it's scenic and beautiful. I don't know where in BC.
Scenic and beautiful is Scarborough, Ontario, also.
Scarborough, Ontario's not scenic and beautiful.
Yeah, I've been to Scarborough.
What is your comment? Steph? What is your comment about Scarborough?
I mean, it's a lovely town.
You've never been to Guildwood. Come on. Guildwood.
I'm sure
but
it
you
has
know what?
its charms.
It has its charm some places. Like, I live right across the bluffs, so the bluffs are really nice. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're like the water areas.
You just told
and
everybody
downtown
where you
Toronto's
live,
nice too.
Sam. Thanks. You just told your mother when she calls me, do not tell Sam to say where we live. You just told everybody where you live. You told the whole world.
It's okay. Across the bluffs, there's so many buildings, so many houses, like you don't even know. But down there, Joe, I seen a deer. I've seen a deer there, and I wanted to go and feed it, but I don't even know what deers eat. Do they eat like raisins or something? Like, I don't know.
They eat plants.
Honestly, no.
Aloe vera plants?
Yes.
Maybe not aloe vera.
No, they like aloe vera plants, but they really like curly black hair. They really like.
Joe, no, they're not. But I don't know. I mean, have you guys ever seen like creatures like that, like a deer or
Of
like?
course, it's Scarborough. I've seen a deer. I actually saw a bear. I saw a bear in Mississauga.
A bear?
Yes, I saw a bear in Mississauga.
Like on the in a zoo kind of area, or like
just like late at night.
A wild bear?
Yeah, a bear. A bear. In Newfoundland, what's the worst thing you've seen, Steph?
Probably a moose.
You've seen a moose? Is it true that they're actually big? Like big?
They're gigantic. They're like
how big are we?
More than a ton. Like, well, they can be. I think most of them are like half a ton, like over 500 pounds.
Were you on the street or something, and like you just seen like?
No, we were just like in the woods for a little hike, and a moose just went by. There was one in our backyard once too.
A moose in your backyard?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I love that. I mean, I feel like I think somebody told me about like there's this thing where you can go through it's like a drive kind of thing in an area where there's like mooses or whatever, or like
probably the Salmon Nature Park, I think you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about? So have you ever been to one of those? I wanted to go, but like do you just drive through and you feed it or something?
You walk through, yeah. It's all like done off like nice wooden trail and stuff, and like you can walk through. They tell you not to feed. They discourage feeding the animals, so
they discourage feeding, but like if something has to happen, do they come? Are they like security, like who can protect you, or like if something was to happen?
Like if you jump the fence to be in with the moose and it was like mating time and the mother's calves were near, like if you get ran over by that moose, well, you're the one that was dumb enough to jump in the fence.
Oh my god!
Not that I don't think that you're jumping into pet moose though.
No, I wouldn't. Oh my goodness! I always wanted to go to one of those things. Oh my goodness, we should literally have some trips with the whole team. Fly out, everyone, and let's.
I'm scouting out Newfoundland tomorrow, and I'm not. And Steph doesn't even know that I'm going to be there tomorrow. She's not even inviting me to this big time restaurant that she talked about or anything like that. And like I'm going to be in Newfoundland tomorrow. All right, Steph, tomorrow. Are you going to meet me at the airport?
Yep, Joe. I'll believe it when I see it, Joe.
All right, I'll be knocking at your door. Don't worry, I'll be knocking. So, okay, that brings me to the next question. We talked about New Year's Eve or whatever. Now, what do you want to do in 2021? Give me obviously we want COVID to be gone and we want vaccine and everything like that. But give me 3 things you want to accomplish for yourself in 2021. Of course, Steph's going to say number one, host her new show, In the Ring with Steph, starting in January, correct? See, I can read minds.
It's on that list.
Okay, so 2 other things, Steph.
Well, I want to fight. I'm like hoping that something gets moving with COVID vaccines. Obviously get out to the people who are on the front lines and need them the most first and are the most vulnerable. But eventually that amateur sports makes a comeback and we find a way to get amateur athletes back to what they love doing.
Steph, now let me ask you: when you fight, are you gonna have ring gear and draped with barn burner in the ring and everything like that? Can we do something like that to get you in the ring? Because you are a national champion. I have to be with a champion wearing my barn burner stuff and the H.E.R network, and of course Sam is gonna be cheering you on and giving you aloe vera plants and everything like that. To train and say your prayers and eat your vitamins and ripping off like Hogan's shirt and everything. Come on.
Yeah, of course. I'll wear a barn burner shirt for the low sponsorship fee.
All right. We'll take it out of Sam's pay, okay? So that's it.
Take it out of yours.
What's the third thing, Steph? What's the third thing?
I just want to like do nice like family bonding things with my kids. I want to like, go snowshoeing if we ever get some snow down here. I want to like hang out, be more active together, do more cooking together.
All right. So number one, I read minds. Sam actually wants, okay? Sam actually wants to find a man 85 and older for 2021. Correct, Sam?
Joe.
I
That's
don't
not
need
correct.
a man, Joe. Like, I feel like he's always trying to pressure me, like, oh, like, Joe, Sam needs a man. I used to be one of those people, don't get me wrong.
Hold on. Because somebody, Christian Christopher, always texts me and calls me and says, Sam needs a man. I got to get her out of this house, man.
He does
Sam
not.
is a strong, independent woman, Joe.
Yeah.
That I have no doubt. I
don't know what he's talking about. I used to be one of those people who were like, oh my gosh, I need to find somebody, whatever. But honestly, when after like a week or 2, I feel like I just get over it. And I'm like, oh, like I'm fine, like I just don't. I don't know.
You don't need to find them. Let them find you.
Yeah, let them find me. Like that's fine. And I'm taking resumes. If you guys want to submit them in, go ahead. I'm open to all of them.
But bribery.
Hold on. Those resumes, okay? What do you look for in those resumes? I'll ask both.
In the resumes, I look for the basic qualifications first. So I want to know a little bit about your personality too. So even how you approach me, like I feel like there's so many creative DMs that I've gotten where people really use their imagination to really come in there. If you guys automatically just send me pics first thing in the morning, automatically your resume is declined and canceled. I don't want to see any pics of any private areas. No, it's not what I see when I am in the morning waking up to. Oh, like here we go. That's a lot. Even the slide-ins like, hey, like, do you play basketball? Because like, I love the creativeness and it makes me laugh. And I'm like, okay, so what's up?
Here, I'm gonna tell you what Sam wants. All right.
You can tell me you feel like, yeah, okay, go ahead.
Here's guaranteed victory. Okay, Sam. Okay. Here's positive and negative. I'll start off with the negative. Yo.
Okay.
Anybody who says yo right off doesn't say hello or whatever, negative. Yo, what's up? Let's go out. That's negative. Okay? That's negative. Right or wrong? Okay?
You're right. It's a negative.
Now here it is. Sam.
No, but I don't want the really romantic that's like, please. I'm like, oh, let's just relax there. I can't.
Cool
it has to be dominant.
There's no.
It has to be dominant.
There's no.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I like you so much, Sam.
I'm like, whoa, what is happening here? No. You know what? there's a we should actually do a show. I'll bring 5 guys on here, and I want Steph here and you here, and I'm just gonna like mute myself and whatever, and I want you guys to pick the best candidate. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys a list of questions.
This idea so much.
What?
Can we please vet them? Can we like vet them? And it'll be like a whole process.
Yeah,
Oh
whole
my
process
God,
would be
I'm
like,
so
okay, so if
excited.
you were to take Sam out on a date, where would you take her? And I feel like you guys together would just be able to pick out the best person to be like, oh, I'd take her hiking, to the gym, you know, like, so we can work out together and have goals.
To the gym.
Right. I'm like,
Next.
or it's like, you know, like whatever. So I feel like you guys, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna gather up the resumes and bring them on here. And I feel like you guys, that'd be such a cute episode where boom, and then
And I mean, you never know. This guy,
you never know, but I trust I trust both of your guys' opinions. I trust both of your guys' like, you know, ideal in that. I mean, it doesn't matter. I feel like even if we have different favorite colors and stuff, that's not a big deal. Like, do you know what I mean? That's not what's gonna keep the relationship going.
Honestly, what is wrong? Like, when's the last time? Oh, my favorite color is blue or whatever. When's the last time any guy has asked you your favorite color?
You'd be
Oh my
surprised.
God, they do that all the time.
Yeah, but what does it matter?
They do that. It's so weird.
What does it matter?
It is.
Exactly. Ask me something with sustenance.
Yes.
Okay, so here
I'm tired of telling 7 guys what my favorite color. My favorite color is purple. Okay, here we go.
Steph,
Next.
what
next
is?
question,
I'm
please.
gonna ask you. What is something of substance for you?
Something of substance?
Yeah. Yeah, you said there has to be something of substance. So what is the substance for you?
Mm-hmm.
Even consider looking at this guy on the resume, let's say.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
Honesty.
Honesty.
Honesty is a very important
60%
quality.
of the
That's kind of
guys.
tricky. How would you see that on a resume? Like if somebody was to come to you and like start talking, is it a certain question that you would have to ask them to see if they're honest? Like what kind of question would you ask them to see that?
So, you know how guys in the beginning, they like come with guns blazing. They're like, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this.
Nothing. Like he's the president of the provinces of Canada. Like that. And
Sure,
Joe.
Joe.
Amazing, and look, like that.
Nothing will check a guy like a situation, like a tricky situation. When both of you guys are in, like people's true colors come out in situations like that, and I feel like that's how you figure out if someone's honest about their character.
One thing I love to ask them is, I know it's kind of personal there, but I'm like, oh, like, how was your last relationship? Because I want to see if they're going to talk bad about like about the girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they going to talk bad about her and be like, oh my gosh, she was so toxic. And I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Pause.
Who was really the toxic one, bud? Yeah.
Yeah. Or they're like, oh, you know what? It just didn't work out. Like, we just didn't vibe anymore. Something happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I just want to be able to see insight into how they carry out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to be one of those people they talk.
This is
like,
actually a good question. We got a question here from Jeffrey Spooners. Wants to know.
Okay, Jeffrey.
No, Jeffrey, I can't pronounce the name. Jeffrey Spooners. Hold on. All right. Wants to know what's your idea of the perfect guy that you'll go out with on the first date? Is there a make or break for a second date?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
come on, share your experience, Steph. I'm ready.
Okay, well, if you still live with your mom, if you don't have manners, if the waitress or waiter like makes a mistake and you get super angry, like there's so many things I feel like really negative, like ugly, toxic traits. If you show me those red flags, me and I hope a lot of other women will run in the opposite direction. Good question, Jeffrey.
It was my turn. Okay, so I think there's a lot of red flags too, just like Steph was saying. Like, I always want to look for somebody who's a little bit more organized in that area, because I want somebody to make me feel like, oh my gosh, I got to step my game up. Like, like if you're just like, I remember people who are like, oh yeah, like bus fare's $2, right? So here, you can just take it all the way, like 2 hours to Kitchener. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. Before, it didn't matter to me if you had a car or not, but it would be nice to be picked up. I don't want to have to be taking the TTC, like, oh, transfer please. I'm gonna go see my fiance all the way down there. You know what I mean? Like, whatever there. But I remember, like, I don't know, because I think it's hard because there's some people who are like really spontaneous. Like I've talked about this on live chats with Jen, and this guy took me for the first date to an adult club. I'm gonna say an adult club. Where we watch other activities and individuals do things, and I'm a pretty like open-minded wild person, but this
first date
on a first date, because
On a
I think my
first date?
personality
Don't tell
comes
this to
across as very-
Steph. Don't tell. She's never been to an adult club. Come on. Why are you telling? Why are you telling?
Really?
I'm scared for the awkwardness of watching naked people
It
with
is, and
someone you
have to
never
take
met.
the worst part is you have to take your clothes off at the door. You can't come in without it. So I was like, no, I don't even.
What?
He paid for my ticket in, but I kept on my robe, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was.
That sounds so rapey.
I just wanted to go home. There was a lot of activities, and you can participate with any like couple, anything there. There was whips. There was a lot of stuff, and I have asthma, so can you imagine the triggers of what's happening? My breathing just couldn't balance itself, and
because you're
stay
panicking,
stable.
Literally panicking.
And he's like, "Oh, are you
What
okay?"
is this
I'm like,
guy?
"Yeah."
What the F is this place? Why am I here?
I wanted a surprise, but I thought it was gonna be something like, skiing or
Yeah.
skating or.
There's
Fun
poles
and
there.
normal.
Come on, there's skiing poles. Come on, there's poles.
I never went on a second date for that, so that was a red flag. I mean, I'm open-minded, yes, but that is a little more intense. I don't know.
Something you do with like someone that you've talked to that about, like, and
right?
boundaries were
Look. I'm a guy, and you guys are
established.
okay. I'm a guy, and you guys are two ladies. Never, ever. I say ever, never, and never, ever will I ever take a lady to a strip joint. Okay,
It wasn't a strip joint.
It was next level strip joint.
Yeah,
a next level. There's no
next level, and then whatever. There's no way. If you're not going to take her to a strip joint, you're not going to take her to the next level strip joint because there's no next level. The next level is your butt outside the door. That's all. All right.
The fact that we even have to say this.
People don't know, I'm like, I want something out of the box, something fresh, something new. They're like, you know what? The perfect idea. Meet me downtown in an hour. I'm like, all right. I didn't even stop. At this point, I was like, thank you. 2021, I'll just be by myself. I'm fine.
All right.
I'm fine, everyone.
We got a couple minutes left. I want to get Steph on here. Steph is going to host the first ever kickboxing show. And guess what it's called? No, we're going to go longer than a minute. Guess what it's called? In the Ring with Steph. Tell everybody about it.
So In the Ring with Steph's going to be a brand new kickboxing show. So we're going to have a lot of amazing talent on there. My first guest is going to be the coach of the national team, Mazal Nawaz. He's going to tell you all about how he basically founded kickboxing in Canada, the different levels that it's going in, some new exciting news about kickboxing being put into the Olympics for a trial. And also a lot of great stories about great fighters.
All right. And how do people get a hold of you, Steph?
So you guys can catch me at the Wiseman Report and on Barn Burner.
All right. And Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, and definitely check out her Facebook, guys. I don't know if she has the video of is it Mackenzie who opened up the gift? Like, I don't know.
Madison, but yes.
Madison, yes, please. I knew it started with an M, but yes, you guys can catch me on Instagram at Samantha_media or on Twitter at Samantha_media with an extra A at the end. But oh my goodness, Steph, thank you so much for this amazing episode. It was such a lovely surprise. So thank you, Joe, for bringing her on here. Loved it. I feel like you're always a bright personality here that's just lighting up the show.
You're welcome back on.
You too, Sam.
Tomorrow you're welcome back on because it's our last episode of Lavish for 2020. Our last one. I want Sam to be dressed up like with bells and whistles. You're also show everybody, bells and whistles to show everybody that you're going to prepare for the New Year's bash that we're going to have here. All right, Sam?
Oh, for sure. And don't feel pressured. If you can only come on for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, or even like if you can't, that's fine. But I didn't even know we're doing like, but yeah, for sure.
Sam's been roped in.
Yeah. All right. So for Stephanie Fleming, Samantha Walters, this is Joseph Pasek bidding you adieu. Stay tuned for more great programming here on the Barn Burner TV network, also on the H.E.R network. Thanks a lot, Steph and Sam.